like the second company I worked with, I told them when I got hired, I told them like I already got a vacation plan. So when I got hired, like 2 weeks, after my first 2 weeks, I had 1.5 weeks.
Do you get lunch break?
Yeah, we get lunch break. Yeah, we get, how long did we get? Like 45 minutes, 1 hour.
45 minutes.
Like
is it paid?
So they have to take 5 days off. They only take 1 day off because it's not possible.
What are your thoughts on the Japanese work culture and the way Japanese people work compared to your country?
I think I didn't know Japanese.
Okay, thank you for your time. My name is Rain, and what is your name?
My name is Wesley.
Wesley?
Wesley, yeah.
Okay. And where are you from?
So I'm born and raised in the Netherlands. And my mom is actually Filipina and my dad is Dutch. So, yeah.
But you're born and raised in the Netherlands?
Born and raised in the Netherlands, yeah.
Okay. And are you traveling here in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Okay. How many days do you plan to stay?
A month.
A month?
1 month, yeah.
Okay, I see. And you're here for vacation?
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. And I want to ask you some questions about the work environment in your country. Are you an employee or self-employed?
So now I'm self-employed, but before 2.5 years ago, I was employed in a digital marketing agency.
Okay, and let's talk about that. And what is your job with a digital marketing agency?
So I worked as a project manager, where I had direct contact with the clients and where I also do execution of digital marketing activities, which mainly is helping businesses create bigger awareness through Google. So I would help businesses to be ranking higher in Google, basically, and also by advertising in Google, and so for businesses to get more clients through their website, actually.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
And I want to know regarding sick leaves when you were employed. Do you have sick leave in your country's laws or in your company?
Well, I'm not an employer, so I don't know about the rules, but yeah, when we are sick, we do get paid still on the days that we are sick. But if you would be sick for a longer period of time, so let's say you're sick for like 2 weeks or maybe longer time, then you will have to talk with a doctor which is hired in by the company to check in on like how bad is it, when will you be able to start working again. So you will get into a routine where they will check like when will you be able to start working again, and you will always get continued paid by the company as long as you're sick. But with also with a doctor knowing what's going on. And when you will be able
so you have to check in with the company's doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and they'll tell whether you're fit to work or not.
Well, they will help you, support you in your recovery, and also like let the business owner know like how is the employee doing, so that in both ways they know how things are going with the recovery. Yeah.
Okay, I see. And it's paid in full amount of your salary.
Oh, I think, I don't know, I've never been in a situation, but I think you do get paid the full salary. Yeah,
okay,
I think that does make sense, yeah.
Okay. And what would happen if you take sick leave for a month or two? Could it affect your promotion or evaluation?
If it could affect, I think it makes sense that it could affect, because you're not able to do your work, and if you're not able to work in the business, then you're also becoming less important in the business. So I guess it does affect your chances.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to share that in Japan, if we feel sick or get the flu, we have to use paid holidays. We only have paid holidays for about 10 days. So it will reduce even further if we take it on sick leave.
I see.
What do you think about that compared to your country?
Oh, of course, I feel like then you get less of a good treatment. I feel like in the Netherlands, if you have a good job, business owners are very happy to have employees. So they would try to attract more people, so they will give like nicer rules for the employees so they can attract more people. I think if they would change, if there would be one company changing the rules like this, then they would not attract many employees anymore. So it's yeah, I think it doesn't help businesses to attract people.
Mhm.
I think it's not so not a good one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So,
Yeah.
I want to know regarding overtime. How many hours do you work per day, and how many days do you work per week?
Oh, regarding overtime, that's a good question. So I get paid for 5 days a week
Mhm.
and 40 hours a week.
40 hours.
40
a
hours,
week.
so that's basically full time in the Netherlands. But realistically, we work at least 5 days, sometimes 6 days. You work at least like 50 hours, maybe a little bit more. Um, but the culture is, within the company I was working, the culture is that also the owner and the manager, they all try to send you home or tell you like, okay, you also have to take your own time, your own free time now. But at the same time, there's always also your own pressure, thinking like, I want to show what I got, and I don't want to quit when I finish. I want to like do some extra. So I think the people who would want to like show what they got, like want to get a promotion, get higher in the business, they would put in more hours. But there's also people who are not really interested in promotion. They just want to do the hours and go home. They would work 40 hours, and like either way you're choosing, you're gonna get paid for 40 hours, but some work a little bit more and some work exactly what they have to do, basically. Yeah.
I see, I understand. So that's actually 9 hours a day.
Something like that. Yeah.
The regular
Yeah.
shift is 9 hours a day. Do you get lunch break?
Yeah, we get lunch break. Yeah, we get so we get how long did we get? Like 45 minutes, 1 hour,
45
something
minutes.
like
Is
that.
it paid?
Well, so we work from 9 until 5. That's 3. That's so we work 8 hours, 9 until 5. And so yeah, the break is included then. Yeah. So we also would get the break during the break paid.
Are there laws regulating overtime in your
Yeah,
country?
there are laws. Yeah, as far as I know, it's like when you work longer than 4.5 hours, then you need to have a break for at least 15 minutes. And if you work for longer than 6 hours, I think you need to have a break of at least a half an hour, something like that. But I'm not 100% sure
Yeah,
though. But
that's
I
fine. That's
remember
fine.
something like
In
that.
Japan, one of the reasons for frequent overtime is it's often difficult to leave until your seniors or coworkers leave. How is it in your country? Is there any pressure to leave the company on time when you finish working?
But can you repeat one more time? What I didn't really get it.
Okay. In Japan, one of
Yeah.
the reasons why they spend or they take overtime is because it's difficult to leave until your coworkers or your seniors leave
Yeah.
the office.
I see.
How is it in your country? Is there any pressure to leave on time when you finish working?
No, so the managers would often work longer, but they would never tell the employees to also do that. They would tell them to take your time, take your rest. They would more be cautious about employees getting burned out, because that would be a bigger problem in the future, rather than sending them home so they don't do too much work. So I think it would be more the other way around. In the business, in the company where I worked for, it was like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Also, in Japan, there is a practice called unpaid overtime, which employees do not get paid for working an additional 15 or 30 minutes, or sometimes some hours. A survey shows that about 40% of people in Japan work an average of 18 hours of unpaid overtime per month. Is there any customs like unpaid overtime in your country?
No. As far as I know, there's no, you don't get paid more than 40 hours a week. Yeah.
I want to know regarding paid holidays. In Japan, the law ensures a minimum of 10 paid holidays per year after 6 months of starting a job. But many people don't take them all due to high pressure. How many paid holidays do you get per year? And what's the legal minimum in your country, if you know?
I think the legal minimum is 15 days a year, I think. But most companies, they would give a little bit extra, like 20 days or 25 days, in order to attract employees. And because everyone is competing to get employees, they would give more. Well, within the branch I'm working in digital marketing, I think we had 20 days a week. And 20 days a year,
A year.
sorry. And no, we have like an agenda where we all say like, okay, this person still has so many days left, so you should take them this year, or you will take them to next year. But the company try to push the employees to take their holidays, because if they don't take the holidays, they take them to next year, and then next year you're gonna have more holiday days.
Okay.
And the managers want you to use them as soon as possible. So they would push you to take the days off, rather than
I
not
see.
take them. That's
And
kinda
what do
weird.
you do with that paid holidays?
What I do with paid holidays?
Yeah.
Well, vacation.
Vacation.
Yeah, I would say like vacation, but also sometimes you have to do, I don't know, go to the dentist, or like stuff that you have to do that come in between. So then you would take a day off to do your things that you have to do. Yeah.
And do you get them immediately after joining the company, or some months since joining the company?
Paid holidays?
Yeah.
Directly when you...
It will credit right away after your employment,
Yeah.
and you can take it right away?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. That's great.
Yeah, actually, like the second company I worked with, I told them when I got hired, I told them like I already got a vacation plan. So when I got hired, like 2 weeks, after my first 2 weeks, I had 1.5 week holiday, and then I came back.
Wow.
So it's I would say it's pretty normal to arrange something like that.
Wow, that's great. Most Japanese people don't use them all, but do you have to use them all within a year?
So we do have to use them, but if you have a couple of days left, you take them to the next year. So you will eventually have to use them. And if you don't use them and you quit your job for whatever reason, then you get paid your vacation days that you have left over. So yeah, the companies want you to use them. Yeah.
I see. And it will be combined with your last pay if you don't use it?
If you don't use it, then yeah, they will calculate everything, how many vacation days do you have left, and then they will pay that amount. Yeah.
Okay, I see. I want to share that in 2019, the government required people to take 5 days off as part of work reforms in Japan, but it's often difficult to take them all at once. In the end, most people end up taking 1 day off at a time throughout the year. What do you think about this compared to your country?
So they have to take 5 days off. They only take 1 day off because it's not possible. 5 days off the same period of time, then there's no one in the company. I understand that doesn't work, but if it's 5 days and everyone can take on a different time of the year, and there's like room to be flexible on when do you take your 3 days off, I think it should be possible to just find a way to have your days off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think so too. And do you usually take them all at once, or do you split them?
Usually, I would try to not take too many days at once, because I know if I'm gonna be away for too long, that when I come back there's so much work to do. So I would like take in times of like 2 weeks maximum, 2 weeks off, and then
And some other months.
Split it up. Yeah, maybe like sometimes you have like between Christmas and New Year, you have maybe like 1 or 2 days. If you take those 2 days off, then you have before Christmas you have a longer time, and after New Year. So if you put it in between holidays, then like maybe 2 days between holidays, then you have a very long period of time where you're free. So I would also like do something like that. Yeah.
I see. And are there any instances where your boss discussed or complained about your vacation plans? And is there any pressure when you apply them?
No.
Yeah, as you've mentioned, great bosses.
Yeah, the only reason why they would complain about it is because someone else, maybe your partner who's going to take over your job, is also free. So you do have to check it with other employees, but the manager would never be. No, I think it's none of his business if I want to take holiday, and no.
And do people often use their paid holidays to travel abroad?
Yeah. Most of them would do, I would say, yeah.
And is there any instance where your boss contacted you about work while you're on vacation, and do you have to deal with that?
I mean, it does happen, yeah. It does happen, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like if I would also tell my manager, like, if there's something wrong and you need my help, then you can just let me know, even though I'm on vacation. I know he doesn't. He tries not to do it. He tries unless there's no other option. So I know when he asks me to get involved into something work related, I would accept it because I know he tries everything within his power to not contact me. And if he contacts me, then I know he has no other.
Yeah,
options
you are the
rather than
last
that.
resort.
Yeah, then I'm of course I'm open to.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. And I want to know regarding your perspective of work. In Japan, there is an expectation to sacrifice personal time for the sake of contributing to the company. Do you have similar sense of loyalty and desire to contribute to companies in your country?
I mean, yeah, you always want to like give everything you have, and sometimes you have to sacrifice your personal stuff. But I think it's a choice that you have to make as an employee yourself, and not because a manager tells you that you have to do it. Because I think the basic rule is you get paid for 40 hours, so you work 40 hours. And if I, as an employee, want to do more than 40 hours, and I'm going to do more, no one else can tell me that I have to do more, because then I will say I get paid for 40 hours, so then you have to pay me more. Everything above 40 hours, I would say I do because I want to give more, not because
It
I
really
have to
depends on your personal choice.
Yeah, it's a personal choice if you want to work more than 40 hours. You choose for that, or yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing. And this is my last question. What are your thoughts on the Japanese work culture and the way Japanese people work compared to your country?
I think I didn't know Japanese were quite strict. Like I would always, so I've been seeing more recently about the differences between the Netherlands and American working culture. And I always think like, oh, American is like very grinding, they work a lot and have less of their own free time. And I didn't know Japanese was also a little bit more, would go a little bit more that way rather than like the European way. I think it's quite strict in Japan, and well, obviously because they have a little bit less freedom than we do. So I would say, yeah, it's hard working, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing that, thoughts.
Yeah,
And thank you
course.
for answering all of my questions.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much for your time and participating in my video interview.
Yeah.
And you have a great day.